Yeah. Just let me know when you're.
I'm ready.
Greetings, wrestling fans, and welcome to another action-packed card of All-Star Wrestling.
What's good with y'all? Peace to y'all. Delegation returns. Is you breathing on the mic already? Nah, that sounded crazy. Don't look at me like I did that. That shit was wild. That was you.
You could hear something?
Yeah,
it sounded like you was breathing.
Oh, that wasn't me, son.
Who the fuck was it? I'm tripping.
Yes, the nigga backstage. I don't know what the fuck he doing. What the fuck is he doing back there?
The delegation is back with part 3 of our Black History Month 2021 series. This week, we will be discussing, you saw this fucking title, Black tag teams in the world of professional wrestling. I guess past, present, and future. Before we get into that conversation, though, my name is Khal, representing Black Rasslin. But you already knew that. We got the homie Codie Dre.
yes, sir.
From the Black Announce Table podcast.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Black Announce Table Podcast. How y'all doing?
Hopefully you're tapped into the Patreon because you'll be hearing this episode before people get to see it before anything. This episode is exclusive to y'all.
Yes, sir.
For how much?
For the very small price of $5.
That's crazy.
Get everything.
That's
Tap
crazy.
right in. Patreon/Black Announce Table. Sign up.
Matth said not everything.
I don't want it. I don't want the extras.
And we got my brother Matth at Matth Damon.
The industry keep fucking with me. So I brought my cousins with me. From now on, they gonna be thugging with me. At Matth Damon.
Jesus. At some point, now I'm not saying it's going to be today. It might be at the Pod Nation brunch. I think Codie and Matth is going to have to start a cipher, but it's going to have to be late. It'll have to be outside the building.
Who rolling up?
I will, I guess.
That's the only cipher I'm in. What you talking about? Man?
What am I talking about?
I know why. I heard those delegation bars you tried to give us before we started. I don't know. I don't
Hey,
know.
man, get him out of here, man.
Them delegation bars wasn't it, Chief?
Damn.
That was actually Method Man, but you too young to know that.
Damn. See, we all right.
Sorry, bastard.
All right.
Man, it didn't sound like Meth coming from you.
Oh no.
You talking mad OD right now, B.
I don't know what it was, Chief.
Hey, Cole, you ain't gonna come in here talking to me like that, yo.
It's
Come
too
on,
late.
man.
He already did it.
Niggas ran Codie off the block and he come back like that.
Look, man, you know what? It's February. It's Black History Month. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it cordial. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna calm down. We're gonna have a nice little episode.
I was trying to make a segue of y'all tag teaming in the cipher into the conversation that we was going to get to in Matth.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, see, it just don't work. You try things and
that's my nigga. That's my nigga. It would be better if you was talking R&B because that's my nigga. You know what I'm saying? He an R&B ass nigga. I'm an R&B ass nigga, but we not gonna rap, and I can't sing.
Yeah, I was gonna say you cannot sing. You cannot sing. You want to sing. You want to sing.
I do. That shit in my soul, my nigga.
That's
you know
what you. You need a squad with you though. Is a thing. Like if I tried to sing.
Nah, that's what I got Codie for. You know what I mean? That nigga got he wear all the shit from Express men.
Express.
You know what I mean? We could be all right.
Jesus
man,
Christ.
We could definitely fool a couple people, man.
Facts.
We can get it done.
You know what I mean? We're gonna get all of the
The what? All the what? Before we get in, all the what? Where's what's y'all group gonna be called?
Sophisticated lovers.
Okay.
Sophisticated mother lovers.
So all right, that's the thing. So you're gonna have to be performing where? Like brunches? Like Sunday brunch? And now we get a featured selection from Sophisticated Mother Lovers. It's the two of y'all.
We performing at the nail salon.
Serving cucumber waters.
We serving cucumber.
That's funny.
Back to you, Khal.
I was gonna say, so on that note, tag team pro wrestling, black people who are tagged. It's interesting. The last couple of conversations we've been having around these topics, it's been cool to see how great black wrestlers were doing in the era of like the black announce table first getting into pro wrestling. You got The Rock, Suku said she got to see Jacqueline do her thing, like when she was really a competitor in the WWE. But I was trying to think, like, Codie, when you first started watching pro wrestling, were there any tag teams that were black? And if so, who was it?
It wasn't enough. Like, I think that's, like, we can all say it wasn't enough, but I remember seeing Harlem Heat. Like, definitely Harlem Heat. Even though I was, like, my grandfather put me on the wrestling and everything, and my grandfather would, like, be switching back and forth to WWE, WCW and stuff. And I definitely remember Harlem Heat being one of the first teams I remember seeing.
As champions?
As champions, yes, and competing and everything. But it definitely wasn't enough. It definitely wasn't a lot, you know what I'm saying?
No, not at all. Well, brother Matth, I imagine we might have seen our eras of watching pro wrestling seem to be fairly similar.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think. Like I know Doom. All right, I know Doom. I remember Doom being a big deal, but I'm trying to think before Doom, there wasn't really.
It was to the point where I didn't think Doom was black.
What did you think they was?
I legit either thought they were
like Samoan or something,
or motherfuckers that just tanned a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because they rocked the mask. You know what I mean?
No, facts.
When they took the mask, and they were with a white woman.
They were a whole white and a big white bodyguard at some points for no reason whatsoever. Yeah.
So when they took the mask off, I was like, "Holy shit!" And the first person that told me was Cuz. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, "Yo, it's too black." I'm like, "Nah, ain't no way."
It's weird, and I anytime I read things about Doom now, talking about back then, the joke is always, oh, people knew because I guess Ron Simmons had been. I didn't know about Ron Simmons. I honestly didn't know. I'd learned about Butch Reed being in the WWF later. That time area was a little older for me when I really started watching, especially like primetime wrestling and things like that. Yeah. So I think Doom might have been the first time, and I remember being like, this is my type of shit, just because, like, I mean, they had Jerry curls. I never had a Jerry curl, but like they looked like my uncles. You know what I'm saying? Like that felt. It looked like my uncle took some black electrical tape, wrapped the shit around his hands, and was ready to go. So much so that who shared it? Was it Violent Miracle? I think shared it. A picture of the original, because rest in peace to Butch Reed. They found the original Butch Reed WCW figure, and he had like his stance was, because he was just like these, but it was like one hand was a fist and the other hand like looked like he could. It was like, because they used to have motherfuckers be like this, or be like this, Some of it, like, it was just weirdo stuff. Like, you can't really punch when they can't move that way.
Niggas was like this.
Butch Reed his figure was made to just beat the shit out of somebody. Yeah, just ready. Hold up.
This is what your uncle would do.
Real shit.
Like, yo, my uncle is at the house like this right now.
Right. Just waiting. I wish
facts. My whole face white.
Give me. Damn,
Cuz, cut that out. Cut that out. Cut that
Nah,
part out.
leave that in.
You can only get that. That's an exclusive to the Patreon and the YouTube whenever that happens. But we'll see what happens in the post edit. Nah, but I was wondering because I was thinking Crime Time would have been a little too old. Like when my son was young, he had seen Crime Time on TV.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny when even thinking about how like Harlem Heat was portrayed sometimes, tag team wrestling to where it gets to today, where the New Day can literally be niggas on the internet, niggas on the game, who also happen to pro wrestle, and they can bounce between those two different worlds.
Yeah.
It used to just be you're black.
You're black. That was your character.
You're the because like Harlem Heat rock koofies. There was no reason for them to be rocking koofies to the ring. Like they didn't need to do it. Crime Time didn't have to be thugs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's I don't want to say it's like yeah, fuck it. Tag team pro wrestling specifically for black people feels like it's evolved slower. Not just because of the lack of teams, but the lack of originality and character.
That's interesting because the tag teams were the first to actually get to the goal.
Before, right.
You know what I'm saying? So did they might have evolved slower, but
right.
I don't know if you say they're.
I was going to say, I think a lot of it might be because of the babyface and heel thing. Like, you know, at some point, if you're trying to get a babyface over, you need a strong heel. I would imagine in WCW, one of the quickest ways to make Doom strong is to give them the titles and then have them, because they had months of friction, because it was Teddy Long and Ric Flair. That was the beef, and then it turned into the Horsemen versus Doom, and they went through, like, if they did 4 pay-per-views a year, they had at least 2. They might have had 3. I think they had Halloween Havoc,
Starcade.
They had Stark. I don't remember if something was before Halloween Havoc.
Bash at the Beat. No, that was later. It was always Clash of the Champions.
I was going to say there might have been something that happened at Clash of the Champions, or I remember the beef where because they would wrestle on like Saturday nights or whatever too, and they had the one video where if Doom lost, Teddy Long had to be the chauffeur, and he had a do-rag on with the fucking driving cap on, and they had like the camera in the back. And mind you, Doom was heels, and Ric Flair and the Horsemen, they was straight. It was 2 heels just being mad at Great American Bash. That was the time when they had the cameraman in the back. Ric Flair basically about to call Teddy Long a nigga, I would imagine. And then they had, I guess, Doom plus like a bunch of goons drag Ric Flair out of the limo, and Teddy Long talking shit to that man, like, yeah, fuck you, bitch. You don't be fucking with, no, I don't. But I think I say all that to say a lot of Crime Time was heels. Harlem Heat was heels.
Mm-hmm.
Doom was heels. New Day started as heels.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think a lot. It's probably not fair to say it's easier to get a title when you're a heel, but I think the combination of trying to get some of these teams over and just the way things are booked, they probably it was easier to see Doom at least have a tag. I think they only had one WCW tag team title run, just to try and put them in a particular space.
And like the tag team thing, it was like it's like race always have to be involved. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why, like, you just can't show up and just be wrestling. You look
Right.
back on the tag team thing, it's always a play. They won't probably come out and say it. Like even with the New Day thing, when they formed and everything, they were saying it's a new Nation of Domination. It's like everything was like the risk card has to be entered into the thing, which like goes to Khal's point to where it's like the tag team wrestling and the characters is now like you come in like with the Street Profits and everything. I don't think they didn't come in on no race thing or anything like that.
They were just getting lit.
Yeah, like, and that goes to your point to where it's the evolution of it to where it's at now. It's dope to see.
Word. Well, you was about to say something, man?
No, I'm straight.
All right. Although I mean, because we still I remember when we first saw the Street Profits. I wasn't watching NXT like that. I just saw a couple of black guys with the solo cups, and they was coming to the ring turned up. You know, they wasn't drinking
They
shit,
ain't
but
start wrestling yet.
they were just doing vignettes, and we called them the Mixie Boys. We called them the
Facts.
Mixie Boys because they looked like they was just stayed mixy. But I think by the time they were able to really, because I don't even think Street Profits really fits who they are.
No.
Mm-mm.
Like once they
Street Profits fits Crime Time, which is crazy.
right,
Yeah.
right. Well, and that I think I'd have to go back and see, but I feel like they never felt, even looking at them, they never felt like somebody I would say, oh, they represent Street Profits. Like I don't know what that means, especially for them now. Like you could call them Black Excellence or something else that would make more sense because they're polar opposites in terms of actual characters and people. I don't know, but Cody, you're I'm glad you're here. I'm not going to say you're a defender of all AEW, but I will say that when I first saw Private Party, like it felt like they saw the original Street Profits shit and said, well, we're going to show the bottles.
Yeah. I see why Profits like
yeah.
I
Super
see
producer
why.
fan.
I definitely see why you make that comparison. I mean, it is what it is. I can't defend it. You're right. I can't.
But the thing is, they always look like that. That's not new.
They're closer to the actual gimmick.
But it's not new. Like
Right.
if you saw Private Party pre AEW,
Right.
you know that they always look like that. They were
That was
always the Mixie Boys. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
it just so happens that these niggas came on TV before.
It just so happens that there's only so many like what's the new version of lit niggas? You know what I'm saying? Like in the 90s, it was probably Harlem Heat to some extent, you know, more because niggas was wearing like button down shirts trying to be like Booker T could have been that was before they were Harlem Heat, but they did have whole chains on.
Yeah.
I forgot. I forget who shared the video the other day, but I watching the Men on a Mission promo video. I hadn't seen it since like whenever 91, 92, whenever they came out. Whenever hip hop was very corny, and they is that bad? Is that bad?
Very corny.
Yeah.
Is that bad?
Oh, MC Brains ass nigga.
Well, I was like shouts to Positive K, but like, you know, that shit was like very like it's a pop song and but they're rapping a pop song, but it's very easy to follow.
Hey.
Yeah. That was Oscar but like on a very remedial level. Like it was real ABCD type shit. But nothing made sense. Like it was three black guys. The one was fucking huge. There was an old guy with the weird, his shit was cut all weird. He's rapping and they're on a green screen and behind them is just a subway.
It's a
like
subway.
Trains go by. Sometimes they're on the subway but it like if y'all was on a mission A
We
mission.
on a mission.
We on a mission. All right. Usually that would entail either like your sergeant is like, yo, you do this shit right now, or someone's like, yo, I got some cheese, handle this for me. Your primary mode of transportation for your mission is hopping on the subway
Or a Stoli. It's either the subway or a Stoli.
Yeah.
What you know what I mean? I'm trying to move
on a mission.
What
on a
mission they was
mission
on.
with least amount of, you know what I mean, public. Well, granted, that is public transportation.
It literally, the public is down there, and y'all not some like y'all, you're not blended into the crowd.
These niggas got blonde hair.
He got a blonde mohawk. He's 7'1" or whatever. Like 400. Like, come on, you on a mission? You don't get your ass in the back of the van or something. Sit the fuck down. Like we taking up the whole aisle of the damn subway car.
Oh,
yeah. It is a million witnesses to that. Facts, fam.
That's a fact.
Big facts.
this
But yeah,
nigga
they
got 6 stars, yo.
on a goddamn mission. Peace to them, because they made it work. At some point, Mabel became king of the ring. Like how, again, talk about, and they were. I don't remember if they were heels at that point though. Was he? He was a heel king, but
Yeah.
they didn't come in as heels.
No,
They was rapping on a mission,
they were
and
on
then
a
they
mission.
just, and then they became bad guys, and man literally became king of the ring. Yeah,
Facts.
it just is what it is. We talked a little bit about because there are some other tag teams like.
It's not.
You sure?
It is.
It's not with 2 black dudes.
Well, that's the thing, because like
With 2 black dudes that had some kind of success. It's not.
all right. Those are a lot
Some
of
kind of
parameters.
success, yeah.
I think that there are times where they have made teams, but there's been like the team is the other 2 guys in the nation. You know what I'm saying? Like if
Right.
D'Lo Brown and Mark Henry don't have a feud. MVP and Mark Henry were a tag team at one point, and they wore the same color singlet. It was dope. No, that was bad.
Nah, we don't fuck with nothing. We don't fuck with nothing with sun in it.
I actually, what's funny is I just had to pull up an old spreadsheet because this isn't the first time we've internally at least discussed black tag teams. I wanted to grab like the primetime players.
Prime
I was
time
just
players.
about to get there, yeah.
But that wasn't like how many runs did they have? One.
Good question. One main one, but they were on. They had a moment in the sun though.
Yeah, it's all the same.
They had a moment. I'm pulling up the information now.
Shout out to AW. What's his name? Abraham Washington.
Abraham Washington. That nigga was in and out.
That nigga came
facts.
through with the Kobe line on when they
And was gone.
they got rid of that nigga.
And was
immediately.
gone. And then you got little son Malcolm Jenkins,
Mm.
Who
who
wide
on the
receiver?
same steez. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't getting any shine like that.
Oh, I know you're talking about. Yeah.
They put him with a white dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
It's a million niggas that need somebody to speak. Well, yeah, fam, that's true.
Yeah, no, facts. Soul Patrol is one that I wanted
Soul
to
Patrol, yeah.
talk about. Rocky Johnson and Tony Atlas before he became Saba Simba. But anyway,
fucking Mustafa and New Jack never won nothing.
right. But they
Gangsters.
The gangsters. These niggas is the gangsters.
What a perfect name.
Facts.
That's just like, yeah.
Well, I will say that's of all the black tag teams that felt like that had black stereotypical gimmicks. I thought that these niggas was gangsters. If I needed somebody to get killed, I'm hollering at them.
For sure.
Yo,
For sure.
You didn't meet me, but here, take that.
No, just take this motherfucking 8-ball and y'all niggas get it cracking. You had Lethal Consequences.
Yeah.
Jay Lethal and
Austin Creed.
Yeah.
They didn't have a deep run.
No. It looks again. We had a pretty detailed sheet here, but they had one TNA World Tag Team Championship run.
Facts, and then you got R-Truth and Kofi. And
they had one
more as well. Threw it up at the same time. They had one run, and that shit was like 6 months.
Right.
That's crazy because like they named Truth and Kofi, like I think it was PWI Tag Team of the Year for 2012.
Shit.
I was looking it up. I was like, really? I didn't know they was a tag team that long to be.
It's probably because shit. But I mean, because Kofi is a tag team specialist. Like, you know, he had the runs with CM Punk. You know what I'm saying? Like he was when they couldn't figure him out or didn't want to put him in a mid-card role.
Yeah,
he was good for a couple of, and he would get tag team title runs for what they wanted baby faces to be tag teams. I don't know, but
Evan Bourne. Him and CM Punk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't know if you're counting the mulatto tag teams.
I don't think we can, although Coco Beware and Owen Hart as High Energy, that was a thing. They might have had, I don't think they had a run. I don't think
they had no run. Them niggas' pants was too whack.
They at least gave them similar clothes.
High impact and a name, High Impact,
and then they had a run for a minute.
You got
there was somebody
Booker T and Goldust.
Booker T and
we on mulattoes now? Or?
I'm just speaking. I ain't, you know what I mean? I don't know if we doing a mulatto run or not.
I mean, I mean, we have a current black tag team champions, so Shelton Benjamin and Cedric. We ain't talk about for a little bit.
Yeah, but that still plays because it's. We'll get to them in a moment as well. It's similar to the Mark Henry D'Lo Brown thing. Like they are members of the Hurt Business who happen to be the champion, but still in all, I think they're doing great tag team work, especially with the New Day. Street Profits held them titles for a minute. That run went for a good while. So good is we're just gonna switch the titles because the fuck. Even though
to Rude and Ziggler of all teams, but carry on.
It's ridiculous. But there are some of those people that I don't want to say they don't need the titles, but they're good at doing the dumb shit that WWE wants them to do.
Who doesn't need the titles?
The Profits.
Have you seen the Profits since?
They get TV time. The last thing I saw, they were dancing
Friday.
with Sasha. They danced with Sasha Banks. I don't know if there was anything else.
Prior to that, I don't recall seeing these motherfuckers.
They did a backstage segment with what's her face that just came back. I'm blanking on her name right now. But she's in the lead role backstage, and they were trying to proposition her to get a tag team title match or whatever. This might have been like 3 weeks ago, something like that. But they're not doing a lot since they lost.
My nigga, anything connected to Rude and Ziggler is a loss.
No, facts. But they that's also a thing where they only have so many tag teams. They don't have. There's not a lot of pure tag teams in the WWE right now.
That's a fact.
When you think of the SmackDown, it's Profits, Rude and Ziggler, and like then what? They had Nakamura and Cesaro. But Cesaro's been going. They've been. People have had the Intercontinental title. They've been talking about winning the Royal Rumble.
Nah, it's nobody left. So you like switching that brand without the New Day. Like the New Day had a lot of shit going on. You had the titles on New Day. You would always see New Day on TV because there's 3 of them motherfuckers.
Yeah, and they could talk. Yeah, but yeah, I feel you. Now it's a situation where it's
They on the opposite show. You know what I'm saying? You put the titles on another group of niggas that's always in the mix. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're always gonna see the Hurt Business because you got Bobby Lashley with a title, you got
Their
MVP.
squad.
You're always gonna see them. So it's always fresh with them. So you can have them tag against anybody,
right.
but we're always gonna see them. You're never gonna see the Street Profits again, son. It's over. Like it don't even feel the same.
Does that mean they about to break up soon?
Not, we hope not, because we ain't gonna see neither one of them.
Well, I think it's one of those things where, at some point, because Primetime Players is a perfect example. You know, they had a great run, and then at some point they're gonna say, "Look, you guys got to fight each other now."
Boy, was that
Son.
bad.
That was terrible.
Facts. These niggas broke up, and one of them turned gay.
Yeah, I think he was.
All right,
gay.
man. It's your boy Codie Dre,
I
man.
think he was
You know
gay.
what I'm saying? I'll holler at y'all.
He was.
Oh, all right.
That's not how it works.
This behind the paywall. I can say whatever I want.
I don't think that's how that works either. I don't think that's how that works.
Oh, my bad.
But it's gonna be a situation where but think about it. You got the Street Profits, right? Right now, if they were to break up, one of those people is definitely going to be having a spot, and I don't know what the other one's going to be doing.
Like
He's
Otis and
not,
Tucker,
though.
man. He's the Tucker,
You don't think Montez would at least be in the mix more than Otis, or on the same? Otis be around? I don't know if I believe that.
nigga,
I don't know.
nigga, Otis is in Chad Gable's army. Come on, fam.
I think they because Montez and Doc have hosted the show. They don't be doing nothing but talk to you during. Like, I think because they know Montez is at least a character, they'll let him be. He might not be world title. He'll be mixy. He, at the very least, he'll be having matches with what's your Sami Zayn and guys of that ilk.
Nigga,
he'll at least be on
Montez
TV.
Ford. Montez Ford is 3 months from being Reginald.
God damn, son.
I disagree. I disagree.
He 3 months.
Yeah, I
You know what I'm saying?
disagree.
It doesn't matter what kind of athlete you are, cuz it's a million great athletes, especially that look like me. That's in the company.
All of them.
You see what Reginald doing. This nigga's from Cirque du Soleil.
Facts. He flipping. He stay flipping.
Who can talk?
Montez.
Do you know that Reggie can't?
I've heard him talk, and I don't know if he can.
You see what's happening? This nigga's doing flips off of the step.
I think Montez's job is a little safer than French Reginald.
Yo, go get Bianca Belair some Gatorade. That's what's gonna be happening.
That's a fact. They're gonna have him in squash matches. But nah, I don't think so. Nah, man. I ain't gonna say that. Nah, I'll take that.
Hey,
back,
Cody,
man.
stop, yo.
Montez
That gonna
is
be
good,
carrying her
man.
belt, yo.
I hope not. Look,
He might do it once. He would do it once. A celebration, the celebratory. If she won a title, yeah. Here you go, baby. Here's your belt. I don't think he's carrying the belt.
baby.
This nigga's gonna be carrying a belt.
Oh,
He
baby,
gonna
you forgot
end
your
up.
belt.
Where's Sasha husband at?
Making the outfits they wear.
There you go. That's what he gonna be doing, son. I'm telling you.
I think Montez has got a little bit of ability to stay on longer than Dawkins. I don't think.
Stupid.
Yeah. He playing producer going crazy. He did mention, a couple of tag teams that definitely deserve, current TNA women's tag team champions Tasha Steelz and Kiera Hogan.
Facts.
They should have been the ones to win that tag team tournament. And I'm glad that they came out on top. And again, to earlier points, they are able to be themselves. They don't have to be like they're just being lit. They're like two lit women you would see in the club. You know what I mean? Just not trying to be put on. As well as Asia Pereira and Big Swole. Also, I'm blanking on it. Faye Dunaway and Willow Nightingale. It's interesting that when you think about, you know, the black women's tag team.
Did you say Faye Dunaway?
I mean, Faye. I don't remember. Faye Dunaway. It's not Faye Dunaway.
No, it's Faye
Jackson.
That's
FAYE is a name like that spelling. I've only seen it like 2 or 3 times.
Dunaway. Shout out to my nephew's rival.
I need to have him on to tell the
nobody
story.
that's subscribed to the Patreon is going.
They don't know who that
Faye Dunaway is.
They don't know who Faye Dunaway is. But that's what I'm saying. This is the thing. I barely know who Faye Dunaway is, but that's the only reference I have with the spelling of that name.
Son, Faye Dunaway is Angela Lansbury's tag team partner, my nigga.
Yo, I have no clue.
See,
I have no clue.
Fact. No, of course. I trust me. I know. Trust me. I get it. I get it.
But it just sounds funny.
That's why that was her name. But that's why I was surprised when you said your first tag team that you saw was Harlem Heat. I was gonna assume it probably would have been closer to a Crime Time or something because of the ages and who was popping. Because I don't really remember. If you think about the time, The Rock's the end of his WWE career. Would our Truth was he K-Quick at that time?
Yes, we're with Road Dogg. He was in a tag team with.
There was only that happened.
Yeah.
Before
what year was that?
I'd have to look and see that was before our Truth though. It might even been a little earlier. Whatever the situation was, it was before he went to TNA and won the NWA championship. Yeah, right. So because but there was like that last run.
Correct.
And then he went to the WWE and been our Truth ever since. But I couldn't think of any other black tag teams at that time at all.
Nah, that's it.
Speaking of the black tag teams from the women, they had Team Bad.
Team Bad, yeah.
And they had the Funkadactyls. I'm trying to
hey, stop that.
They were a tag team.
Stop that. Stop.
That was before the belts and everything.
Stop.
What was her name?
It wasn't no belts then, right? Yeah, it was
no belts.
There were no belts.
Cameron. Yeah.
It was WWE live show in Trenton. And it always cracks me up how they try to recreate the entrance, but they weren't paying for pyro. And when you come to Trenton, you're not doing pyro anyway. The arena's too small. But they have to have something, so they have to emerge out. And they were dancing, they were doing their shit because Brodus was gonna come out and Shorty slipped.
Oh, man.
She fell live, and I'm like, and it was already like I had seen her like on Tough Enough, and just the
you knew she was ass.
Knew like the trash was coming from one side of that team.
Facts.
And
it's February, y'all.
It happened. It happened.
No violence. You right? No violence.
I'm just speaking on what I saw.
Wait, I don't mean to get away from tag team wrestling, but what happened? She got signed, and then what happened?
Oh, you right?
I know, cuz.
Yeah, but yeah, you right. Nothing happened. I don't even know where she at now. The crib.
She did. What was it? It was a battle, or was a tag team tournament, or a battle royal, or something?
Battle royal, I think, and a tag team tournament.
She was in them.
I think she was in the battle royal, and she was. Did she team with Karma? Who did she team with?
When?
That's a tag team right there.
It was like last year. Hold up.
It was on one of the pre-shows.
Get the fuck out of here.
Because she was going by Ariane Andrews. She made her AEW debut July 29th, 2020 on Dynamite.
Never saw.
She was revealed to have chosen the same color token as Nyla Rose in the Deadly Draw tag team tournament. They got eliminated in the first round by Anna Jay and Tay Conti. That might have been it.
I remember she was with Vicky Guerrero
for one night. But that was also the night where they were
Stop.
They had mad people because I think it wasn't Miro. Somebody else had a
debut.
Yeah, the Long Island Z, whatever my man's name is.
Matt Cardona.
That's his name now.
Cardona, Zack Ryder.
Ryder, yeah.
That Zack Ryder. He debuted and maybe somebody else. So it was around the time where everybody started getting signed. All the old WWE was getting signed everywhere else. But
pardon me, I didn't mean to take you on this tangent.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Well, it's fine because it's interesting that she did that one thing for a pop, and I don't know if there was a pop, and
it wasn't a pop.
They felt sorry. They're like, "Come on in, y'all. I got you a little bread."
Facts.
Because why her? There's a lot of women that they could have called up.
Yeah, they're doing it right. Well, shit. I'm guessing Cody would know, but they're doing it right now with showcasing a lot of women from NWA,
right,
and outside of AEW, like a lot of independents. It's just not. It might be too late. Like you might have to revamp the whole shit.
Got the whole.
Yeah.
Just the women's division specifically?
I would say so. I would definitely say so. Hell yeah. I think that's why they're doing that tournament. They got they doing all these collabs with different promotions and stuff. So I guess that's what they're trying to do. They need it. I'll say that much. They damn sure need it.
But it's only
in it, though.
No, she's not. It's like they're showing it on, or it's not televised.
It was I think the first part of it, or I don't know how much of it, but a bunch of it's going to be on YouTube.
Damn.
I don't know who's going to watch that, but
the shit that runs wrestling right now was women's wrestling, and you don't put you sacrifice the women's time in the ring to show Cody Rhodes and Shaq. But back to tag team wrestling, I digress.
You're not wrong. One of these days, we're gonna have to we're gonna have to put Cody on the witness stand and have a real conversation about AEW. But that's not for today. One of the things, because we talked a lot about tag teams, and throughout 2020, we were talking about black folks putting the WWE specifically on their back when it came to holding them down during the quarantine. And a lot of that was due to the tag team situations. You know, I think for AEW to be called the company that, you know, for some, they have a very, you know, strong roster of tag teams, but I think I probably enjoyed more tag team wrestling because of like the feuds with the New Day and the Hurt Business for the tag titles, or, you know, outside of the Street Profits playing basketball and doing whatever the fuck they was doing. Like when they got to wrestle, it was shit. The New Day Street Profits tag team match. It's been really dope again to go from early 90s Doom kind of being. I remember the one Starrcade where they did the round robin tournament and Doom was in last place. Like they was always the one that was going to get disqualified, or they couldn't beat the Road Warriors or whatever the fuck. We was down bad. We was down bad.
Nah, that is.
But now with 2020, I hated seeing it because it's facts. It's facts.
Disqualified every match.
Every match. They just they didn't know how to win.
Cal, have you ever seen me and Fan play spades?
No. Every match, every hand. Crazy.
Facts.
Crazy. It was sad, but I mean, I was saying to see. I can't say that. To see the Street Profits.
Why not?
No, the New Day.
He said no.
No, that's not a thing that's
You
happening.
behind the wall, yo.
Yeah, facts. We being able to see those teams as well. Her business, New Day, Street Profits, just running the divisions throughout the last year. I know it's niggas be working, so it's necessary, but it's dope to be able to at least.
Cal, it's the same story, dog. Same story over and over and over. It's only so long. I've been saying this shit. This is year like 3 that I'm
Right.
saying this. It's only so long that you can keep superior athletes off your television.
That's
you know what I'm saying? It's only so long. You got people like Airwolf and what's Codie? What's Airwolf's brother? The mild Darius and Derek, I can't remember their name. Shit.
I'm sorry.
The in AEW, Airwolf and
That's why we need Dre.
Darius Martin, Dante Martin.
There you go.
Like you see cats that come in and take, I guess you would say, lucha style or high flyers. It's only so long you're gonna get superior mat wrestlers as a tag team, and then from there you're gonna have actual, not I don't know if you call them just traditional wrestlers and shit like that, or Greco-Roman like Shelton Benjamin. There's gonna be a bunch of niggas that take over all this shit, and you know what I'm saying. So it's pretty soon you're gonna see them everywhere. It's gonna be a black FTR. What you gonna do then?
Not a damn thing.
That would be ill.
Can't do nothing with that.
Facts.
They just need a good gimmick.
For sure.
Because I don't know if they're ready for a black FTR.
Why not?
And that's another thing with the black wrestlers. It's like the gimmicks. It's like it's like it goes back to like Kyle's point. It's like from the beginning. It's like are certain black wrestlers can only play a certain gimmick? Because that's what it seems like. If I'm watching television, I see we partying, you know what I'm saying? It's just like I want to see a black wrestler with a certain gimmick that's different than what we've seen from a black wrestler.
Like if there could be, because I mean, again, black is not just one thing or just a couple of things. Like again, the New Day, shit, a nigga like Montez Ford, like it shows you that, you know, there are, like Fam said, like Xavier Woods specifically, being able to see different types of black people on TV, especially, you know, Naomi's and Bianca Belairs and all that stuff, people that you've not really been able to see, people who are unapologetically themselves, like Bianca would say. It happens, but I think and this is the WWE's problem, I think, with tag team wrestling, is they're a lot of the time they're gimmick minded. Like if they're going to put two people together and call them a tag team, like they have to be the Kabuki Warriors. You know what I'm saying? Right. They got to have some type of thing. And if this is why you need black people in all places, you know, I was talking a couple of years back, I was having conversations when, like, after the Black Panther movie, I'm going on a little tangent. After the Black Panther movie came out, and everybody's like, yeah, Hollywood, you know, representation, black people at the box office. And all of the conversations I was having with black creatives, they were like, that's great. We need that. We need to see that. But we also need black people behind the camera. We need black people in the writer's room. Like, true representation is going to start. You'll see it outside, but it's got to start on the inside so things can be more natural. We had Kaz on Black Rasslin a couple of months back, and just looking at his run with the New Day, and it's not to take away from the New Day, but that those four brothers together, they knew that y'all all could talk, and there's a segment of the audience that is going to be really hype about these references. Something happened on the timeline, bet, throw it in your conversation on SmackDown. But you can only get that when you have people who understand you. And when it comes to, if you listen to their podcast, the episodes where they ran down all the names and gimmicks, the trash shit that they were given before they had to turn, the one that they were given in the gold, it's coming from people who probably haven't had real conversations with black people in a while, outside of the people that they employ who were black.
Fact.
I don't know how many black friends Kevin Dunn or Vince McMahon have that is not in the pro wrestling world. So we're going to continue to get the Red Solo Cup boys, or the bad preachers from the gospel choir, or niggas with Timbs.
Yo, I fuck with the bad preachers from the gospel. I like that gimmick. Yeah,
corruption.
Facts. I love it.
Corrupt Christians. That's going to be the new ones. But they're always.
That's a gimmick.
It will be.
Corrupt Christian.
Oh, I just thought that was.
Yo,
you know what? Let me get out of here.
That's wild.
I'm out of here.
It can happen.
That's wild.
It can happen, but I think it's one of those things where you got people who don't know black people, and they're the ones being made to turn out, to create a character. What?
No, that's well said. That's like I definitely agree, especially with the names. Like you could tell with the New Day and everything, they read them list of names, and you're right. Like it's not a lot of people back there.
Word.
But another thing I wanted to add, as far as current black tag teams right now, and we know about the Rockers situation with their wrestling the tag team becoming Shawn Michaels and the other being Marty Jannetty. Do you see any current black tag teams to where only like one of them is like the star and the other
is Angelo Dawkins?
Yeah. Look, I didn't want to say it because I already know how Matth feels about Matth. Matth let it be known about how he feels about Montez right now.
No, that ain't true though. That's not true, Cody. I like Montez, but I know he's not going. It's not going to go nowhere.
Well, but I think you're talking about the end result of what I think is going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, Montez Ford might have 3 Intercontinental Championship runs. I don't think they would put him in a serious title contention. Not right now. His character would need to be crazy, but I think if they're going to do that split, that Rockers barbershop window split, Montez is the guy that they're going to peg as being the guy to continue on, and Angelo Dawkins he may be chasing R-Truth at some point. I don't know if they see it for him like they do for Montez. Well, I feel bad saying it, but that's how it goes. You got Otis and Tucker. You know what I'm saying? Like if Miz and Morrison broke up right now, John Morrison is doing nothing.
Damn, son. I fucks with
Ziggler and Rude would be going nowhere.
But like,
weird. Go ahead, Cody.
But like, besides the Profits, like I don't want to just focus that on them.
Nigga, you did it.
It's like any black tag teams currently in any promotion or anywhere where it's just like you see them and you like, okay, I like this person, but that other person I ain't really rocking with like that.
I'm the obvious in one promotion in WWE, I'm gonna say Cedric Alexander. We all see that. I'll move from, I guess, the Rascals splitting might have been a blessing for Trey. I don't want to call him Trey the Kid. Rest in peace, Trey the Kid. But Trey is Lamar. Can't remember. That's the blessing for him in Impact. You look at the Rascals. I don't know if. No, I don't think the Rascals. I'm gonna say maybe Injustice, but it's still Myron Reed and Jordan Oliver. Like they're not necessarily a tag team because Myron Reed was always on his own, but Cedric Alexander might be it, yo.
Yeah. I think they're definitely grooming him for something.
Yeah, I just had to take that energy off my man's Dawkins like that, man. That's all.
So that's like, yo, when niggas look at it, when you see the profits, niggas is like, oh yeah, this guy's the guy.
Yeah,
he's gonna be wearing AN1 forever.
The guy in the tailored suit with the big hat is going to be the one that is going to be pushed, as opposed to the guy with the hoodie underneath the blazer.
No, you ain't gonna get the fit. Don't talk about his fit though, cuz.
I'm specifically talking about who looks like a star.
True. I agree.
Angelo Dawkins looks like me trying to be a star on WWE television.
Stevie Ray still had a U.S. title run.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And everybody who was booking that show was on cocaine.
What's wrong with that?
WCW died.
What's wrong?
That nigga Stevie Ray looked back at his U.S. title run, then look over at his brother and just be like, damn. Look at this.
That's big facts. No, that's big facts.
And
I guess to close a lot of this off, because we're talking about the future. Because I don't know if I see a team. Nick and Janetti is funny. I don't know if I see Private Party being on that type of wave. Like, I don't think they look at Isaiah over Mark or vice versa. But I wonder for them, like, are they the future? Like, for a pro wrestling industry that has shifted a lot to flippy niggas, and you have like two niggas that are some of the flippiest out there. Could they be a thing? Could they get a run? I know they're working in Impact, but could they get an AEW tag run at some point, or I should just stop? Damn.
Go ahead, man.
No, this is your wheelhouse, my nigga.
I mean, anything is possible now. That's like we just gotta wait and see. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying they have the talent and everything, but it's just like it all depends on how shit goes. Like AEW is tag team heavy, so we got to see on who takes a liking, and it's a lot of stuff that I can't call. We just have to wait and see.
I'd be happy. I feel like them niggas would have fun being tag team champions.
Facts. I think it would be a good thing, but I don't know if it's gonna happen. They tag team heavy, and then you got big names that they're moving into the tag team division. That's not necessarily tag teams. That's going to take up the spot. Anybody with Hangman Page is going to be upper mid card. Anybody with Jericho or MJF, that's going to be upper mid card. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then you move them to the heel side. I don't know if you're going to see them.
Maybe it's good that they're now in Impact, or at least working in Impact. It's kind of it's the Finn Balor going to NXT kind of.
It's AEW Extra Dark.
Extra dark. Yeah, that's right though. Like he's not wrong.
He's not wrong. He is not wrong. And I think on that note. Wait, what did Brother Fam say? Black tag teams are allowed championship runs before singles wrestlers because tag teams are never closing the show. That is a good point. Mm-hmm. Again, I think, that close to the end of the night championship match, it's easy, especially if they're heels. It's easy to root for the baby face. I think I can only go by WCW and remembering that there was only so many black folks in these very southern towns. I always assumed it was easy for them to be like, well, just make the black guys the bad guys because they could be the ones they're going to yell shit at them anyway. If you put tag team titles on them, you only want to see them lose more.
Mm-hmm.
Are we talking in the past.
Yeah,
I okay. I was ready to say I know that AEW was having tag teams close, right? On a few occasions.
I think they have to.
True.
At some point, I mean, to be the federation that is promoting that they're great at tag team wrestling, you have to do it at some point. But I don't think the WWE's ever really gotten on that wave at all.
I thought this nigga was the stat man. What the fuck? You flew this motherfucker came. I thought he had some stats. Fuck is you doing, cuz? You sat on the remote. Nigga popped in and popped up. Man, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. I think in the next 5 years, seeing what's happened with black tag teams, both independently as well as in the mainstream. I think if we keep on this trajectory of different types of black folk being able to be more of themselves on camera, it'll be a beautiful thing. But I do want to say, I was actually just thinking about it. I've always been a fan of the heel in like movies and pro wrestling and whatnot. And I don't know 100%, but I think being that young and exposed to Doom and seeing Doom being Doom being tag team champions, they might have been some of the first heels that I rooted for, just because there was only so many black folk in the federation. But
yeah,
it's the first black people that I saw that were strong. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you had Coco Beware. He wasn't on the tag team, but these niggas was fighting the Steiner brothers.
Facts.
Who was wrecking shit. That's what the Steiner brothers did. They wreck shit. And then when you see some big black niggas beat the shit out the Steiners, you know what time it is. You know what I'm saying?
All over woman.
So that's what made niggas fuck with them. And in the way that they ripped off the mask and you saw this nappy ass Jerry curl, you was like, holy shit. Are you my dad?
Are you Uncle Jimmy?
Oh shit. Oh.
When did Uncle get into pro wrestling?
No bullshit. Like, yo, how did you sniff coke through the mask, my nigga?
Through the mask, god damn. It was sniffing coke with a mask on.
I will say,
that's crazy.
The nigga sniffing coke through the eye hole. Shout out to you.
Nigga nostril strong as hell. Like.
Whole addicts. Now, peace to fan who did mention Too Cold and Ron Simmons at ECW. I think they might have had like two promos in a match or two. That was a memorable moment as well in a federation that only had the gangsters.
Was it.
That's gonna be it for this conversation. I think we brought up a lot of topics, a lot of conversation. If you're watching this on the YouTubes, if you want to hit us up on Twitter, I want to know what y'all favorite black tag teams were. I want to know if there's any tag teams that we missed.
You got favorite?
Favorite?
Cody.
Shit, man. Right. I really like Crime Time. Crime Time was like the gimmick and everything. That was, you know what I'm saying, as far as like matches and everything, not really my favorite, but as far as the gimmick and everything, I kind of like what they did with that.
That felt close to home.
Yeah.
Brooklyn.
Nah, we're not gonna do that.
I mean, it wasn't my wrestling theme; it was theirs.
Brooklyn.
My son didn't know what a Brooklyn was, but he damn sure knew what the fuck that song was.
Who's your favorite, yo?
Oh man, my favorite right now. I like the New Day a lot, man. I like that. I think that's the, you know what I'm saying, they showing all different avenues and like how far you could take something. I like the New Day, man.
Facts.
Word.
Khal.
I'm probably gonna say Doom.
Doom.
More so for what they stood for me than I think their run. You know, one tag team championship was amazing, and they were, again, dealing with some of the best during their run. But they get a lot of points because of the moment and what it meant to me, as opposed to the overall stats.
Yo, I want before we get out of here, motherfucking Ming and Haku. I mean Ming and the Barbarian. You mean to tell me they wasn't a black tag team, my nigga?
I always thought the Barbarian was black, or at least like mixed with something.
They
Stop.
My nigga, how cool?
Ming,
Come on, son.
Haku, and the Barbarian was niggas.
What was it? Were they the?
That was their name. Ming and the Barbarian. That was their name. That was their tag team names, son. You mean to tell me these niggas who legit beat people up?
Facts. They were called the Faces of Fear.
And I'm scared now.
I'm scared shitless of these men fighting people. The Haku really ripped people's ears off, apparently.
Come on, son.
That's what they said. They said it was a bar fight and he ripped the nigga ear off. That's allegedly. I don't know.
And then kept drinking his motherfucking Dos Equis. That's a fact. Like, yo,
Can't be a nigga. That can't
he
be.
might as well. I'm gonna say the Hurt Business
After
before we
that,
get out. I'm sorry. Hurt Business. That's
here.
my shit.
Her business. That's what's up. Appreciate y'all again checking out part 3 of the Delegations. Got a 4-part Black History Month
We back
series
again.
for 2021. I don't know what the 4th part. Honestly, recording right now, I don't know what it's gonna look like. We'll see.
I'm gonna be trash next week.
We'll see what happens. Yeah, I heard that the shit's gonna be going down. But before we get out of here, Codie, Matth, let the people know where they can find y'all on the internet. Plug your shit. You know what time it is.
Yeah, man. Codie Dre. You can follow me on Twitter at Codie Dre, CODIEDRE, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. And tap into the Patreon for the Black Announce Table. It's only $5. Go there, get the extra content, interact with us, all that good shit.
At Math Damon, find me and Codie Dre's release, The Undercover Mother Lovers. We dropping that shit pretty soon. Your baby mother ain't safe. Your baby mother's mother ain't safe. And your baby mother's mother ain't safe. That's all facts.
That's nasty.
At Matt Damon, huh? DM me for the release.
Yes.
That's disgusting. That is disgusting. I'm at khal on Twitter, at Black Rasslin on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. BlackRasslin.com is the website. And as always, you can find the Black Rasslin Podcast on Spotify, Google, wherever y'all get podcasts, we there. Hopefully you're watching this on the youtube.com/c/Black Rasslin. Let's get those subscriptions up. Like, comment, share. Tell somebody that you rocking with the Delegation.
Oh.
Peace to Greg. Peace to everybody who's
glasses
here.
and shit. Like, ooh.
We out. We gonna catch y'all soon. This nigga. Peace.
Yo,